My fiancé announced, "I'm not relocating to that dull little town for your job." I responded, "I hear you." Then I took the promotion and moved by myself. When she learned my dull job paid $600,000 a year, her messages begging to reconcile started pouring in. I'm 32, male, and had been with Sarah, 29, for 5 years, engaged for 1. We lived in a bustling city where she was an interior decorator and I was a lead software engineer at a tech firm. Life was good. I earned about $120,000, she made around $80,000. We had a stylish apartment, dined at chic spots, and lived the urban professional dream. Last March, my company presents me with a big opportunity. They were launching a new R&D center and wanted me to head the engineering division. The downside? It was in a place Sarah called the middle of nowhere, a town of 30,000, 3 hours from any major city. The compensation was incredible. $450,000 base salary, bonuses up to $150,000, a full relocation package, and stock options potentially worth millions if the center thrived. Plus, the cost of living there was 60% lower than our city. I came home eager to talk it over with Sarah. "Sweetheart, I got an amazing promotion offer today," I said. She glanced up from her tablet browsing design sites. "That's awesome. When do you start? Let's celebrate." "There's something we need to discuss first. It's in Pineville." She's face twisted. "Where?" "It's a smaller town 3 hours north, but the opportunity—" "You're kidding, right? You expect us to move to some random place?" "Sarah, it's a division head role. It's a huge career leap." She laughed, not warmly. "Brian, I'm not leaving for some dreary small town. My career, my clients, my network, it's all here." "You could build a new client base. Interior decorators work everywhere." "In a town of 30,000? What, redecorate sheds?" "That's not fair." "No, what's unfair is you thinking I'd uproot my life for this. We have a life here, friends, culture, good food." "The salary is—" "I don't care about the salary. Money isn't everything, Brian. Quality of life matters." "Quality of life includes financial stability." She stood furious. "If you loved me, you wouldn't even think about this." I looked at the woman I planned to marry, who didn't even ask about the salary, the opportunity, or the town itself. "I understand," I said softly. "Good. Can we drop this now?" But I didn't. Over the next 2 weeks, I researched Pineville. It wasn't the bleak nowhere Sarah pictured. It had a quaint downtown, excellent schools, lovely parks, and a budding tech scene thanks to companies like mine. Homes that cost $2 million in our city were $400,000 there. Update 1. I accepted the job without telling Sarah. I know that sounds bad, but hear me out. Every time I tried to talk about it, she'd cut me off with, "We already settled this," or "Stop trying to ruin my life." She wouldn't look at photos of Pineville or hear the financial details. Her friends didn't help. Sarah shared the offer with them, omitting the salary, and they backed her up. Can you picture Sarah in a small town? Her friend Emily laughed at a dinner party. "She'd lose it in a week. Brian's being selfish." Another friend, Lauren, added, "Expecting you to give up everything for his career is toxic masculinity." "I'm right here." "Well, it's true," Lauren shrugged. "In this day and age, expecting a woman to follow a man is outdated, but expecting a man to pass on a life-changing opportunity is fine," I asked. "It's not life-changing if it destroys your life," Sarah said, patting my cheek like I was a clueless kid. That night, I decided. I called my boss the next morning and accepted. The company gave me 6 weeks to relocate. I prepared quietly, opened a new bank account for the relocation bonus and salary, looked at houses in Pineville, and started the paperwork. 3 weeks in, Sarah noticed I was withdrawn. "What's with you lately?" she asked over dinner. "Just work stuff." "Well, stop sulking. It's irritating." That's when I knew I was right. Update 2. 2 weeks before moving, I told Sarah. "We need to talk," I said one Sunday morning. "If this is about that town again—" "I took the job. I'm moving to Pineville in 2 weeks." She laughed, then stopped. "You're joking." "I'm not. I've rented a house. Movers come next Monday." Her face paled. "You're serious? We're engaged." "And you made it clear your life here matters more than our future together." "That's not what I said." You said you wouldn't move for my job, or any job. You wouldn't even talk about it. Because there's nothing to talk about. You're throwing away our life for some job. It's not just a job. It's leading a division. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I don't care if they made you president. I'm not moving. I know. That's why I'm going alone. She stood, trembling. You're picking a job over me. You picked your lifestyle over us. I'm just accepting that. If you leave, we're done. I know. You're throwing away 5 years for money. I almost told her about the $600,000 compensation, but it wouldn't have mattered. She decided without asking about the money. She cared about her lifestyle, not our future. It's not about money. It's about respect. You didn't even consider my opportunity. You just made your choice and expected me to obey. Update 3. The next 2 weeks were awful. Sarah went through every emotion. First, fury. She threw my clothes out of the closet, told our friends I was abandoning her, and posted vague social media rants about men obsessed with money. Then bargaining. What if we commute? 3 hours isn't terrible. You could come on weekends. Sarah, that's not realistic. Then I'll visit. We can do long distance. You said if I leave, we're done. I was upset. We can figure it out. Can we? You won't even visit Pineville to see it. Then sadness. She'd cry, saying I was ruining her life, that she'd never love again, that I was making a mistake. Finally, back to anger when she saw I wouldn't budge. On moving day, Sarah stayed at Emily's. She'd blocked me on everything except email needed for lease logistics. The drive to Pineville was calm. For the first time in weeks, I felt free. The town was better than the photos. My rental was a stunning 3-bedroom Craftsman with a yard unaffordable in the city. My new office was cutting edge. My team, brilliant and eager. I dove into the work, leading 50 engineers, making decisions that shaped the company's future. Update 4. Life in Pineville was great. I joined a gym, befriended neighbors, and found excellent local restaurants. Yes, they existed. The town had a vibrant community. Farmers markets, festivals, summer concerts. Work was phenomenal. We secured a major contract, and my first quarterly bonus was $40,000. My compensation was on track for $600,000. I bought a house, not rented, bought a beautiful 4-bedroom colonial on 2 acres for $425,000, worth $3 million in the city. Then the messages started. First, Lauren. Hey, Brian. Hope you're good. Sarah said you took a new job. She's acting odd. Everything okay? I didn't reply. Then Emily. Brian, can we talk? Sarah's struggling. Maybe you two should sort things out. Ignored. Then Sarah's mom, who I always liked. Brian, I don't get what happened. Sarah says you chose your job over her. That's not like you. I responded, Hi, Linda. Sarah refused to consider moving for my career advancement. I respected her choice and made mine. I hope she's okay. Linda replied, She didn't tell me it was a promotion. She said it was a lateral move to nowhere. I didn't correct her. Not my job to fix Sarah's story. Update 5. Things escalated when I posted on LinkedIn. A professional photo from our division's product launch party. Captioned, Thrilled to lead this talented engineering team as we launch Project Horizon. Incredible progress in 6 months at our Pineville facility. My LinkedIn blew up. Old colleagues, industry contacts, congratulations everywhere. Then Sarah's email. Division head? When were you going to tell me you were a division head? No reply. 2 hours later. Brian, please. I saw the announcement. Your company's website lists the division head salary range. Is this real? Still silent.
More emails. I saw the house you bought. It's gorgeous. Lauren drove through Pineville. She said it's actually nice. I messed up. Please talk to me. I love you. I'm sorry. We can fix this. Then Emily. Brian, Sarah told us about your real job. We didn't know. She made it sound like some dead-end gig in nowhere. And Lauren. Hey, I owe you an apology. Sarah wasn't honest about your opportunity. Division head is huge. Congrats. Even Sarah's colleagues reached out, piecing things together from my post. The best message was from Sarah's dad, who rarely spoke during our relationship. "Brian, Linda told me what happened. I run a small business, so I get tough calls. You made the right one, son. Don't look back. P.S. Sarah doesn't know I'm writing. Neither does she know I know about your promotion. Linda and I are disappointed in her." Update 6. When I ignored Sarah's emails, she tried my family. My mom called. "Brian, Sarah called me crying. She says she made a huge mistake." "She made a choice, Mom. So did I. But she wants to fix things." "There's nothing to fix. She valued her life over our future. I accepted that." "People mess up, Brian." "Mom, it wasn't a mistake. It was a decision. She's only sorry now because she knows my salary." "How much is it?" "With bonuses, about $600,000. Silence. "Oh. And she didn't know?" "She didn't ask. Said money didn't matter." "I see. Well, I always thought she was a bit shallow." Sarah showed up in Pineville. I was at a coffee shop one Saturday when she walked in, dressed not in designer clothes, but jeans and a sweater like she was trying to fit in. "Hi, Brian." "Sarah, how'd you find me?" "Your neighbor said you're here on Saturdays." "You talked to my neighbors?" "I had to. You ignored my emails." "Because there's nothing to say." "There's everything to say. I love you. I screwed up." "You didn't screw up. You made it clear moving here would ruin your life. Direct quote. I didn't know." "Didn't know what? The salary? The town?" "You didn't know because you didn't care to ask." "That's not fair." "Sarah, you called me selfish. Let your friends call me toxic. Said I chose money over you. Threw my clothes out. I was upset. And now you're here because you know I make $600,000. That's not why. Then why? Not 3 months ago? 6 months ago?" I needed time to process." "You needed to find out what you gave up. Big difference." She cried, real tears, not fake ones. "Brian, please, I see it now. The house, the community, your success. We could have a great life here. I'm already living a great life without you. That was your choice. Let me make it right. I'll move here. I'll start over. There's demand for designers. Wealthy clients need them." "You researched it after learning about the money. It's not the money." "Sarah, 2 weeks ago, you posted on Instagram about small-town people with small-town minds. About Pineville, right?" She paled. "You saw that?" "Emily sent it. Thought I should know." "I was bitter. You were honest. You think you're above people here. You'd be miserable and you'd make me miserable." "I've changed." "No, your situation changed. You saw what you lost. You don't want me. You want the life my success offers." Update 7. When emotions didn't work, Sarah went legal. I got a letter from a lawyer claiming I owed her compensation for financial damages from our breakup, alleging I hid the job's true nature, causing her to decide without full information, leading to emotional and financial harm.
I laughed so hard, my neighbor checked on me. My lawyer's response was perfect. Mr. Carter tried repeatedly to discuss the opportunity with Miss Ellis, who refused. She ended the relationship based on her refusal to relocate under any circumstances. Mr. Carter's later success doesn't constitute deception. No damages are owed. Sarah tried another tactic, claiming our engagement implied a verbal contract about shared future assets, and I broke it by taking the job without her agreement. My lawyer dismantled that, noting Sarah explicitly said the relationship would end if I moved, voiding any implied contracts. Then came her social media campaign. Posts about financial abuse in relationships, claiming withholding financial details is manipulation. She didn't name me, but mutual friends knew. It backfired. An ex-colleague commented, "Didn't you refuse to even talk about the job?" Another wrote, "You said you didn't care about the money." Lauren chimed in, "Sarah, I was there. You shut him down every time he tried to discuss it. This isn't abuse. You chose without all the facts. Own it." Update 8. A year in Pineville, and the facility is booming. My team launched a game-changing product. My compensation hit $625,000 with bonuses. I bought a second property, a lakeside cabin 20 minutes from town. I'm dating Claire, a local vet who's witty, kind, and thinks designer brands are a waste when you could fund animal shelters. Sarah's still in the city. Word is she's struggling. Lost clients during her bitter phase, ranting about our breakup. Emily got fed up with her whining about what could have been. Last month, Sarah emailed, "Brian, I know you've moved on. I saw photos of you and your girlfriend. She seems great. I finally get what I lost. Not just the money, though that hurts. I lost someone who wanted to build a future, and I was too shallow to see it. You were right. I wanted a lifestyle, not you. I thought that lifestyle was in the city with fancy restaurants and parties. I didn't realize life could be better elsewhere. I'm not asking for anything. That ship has sailed. I'm sorry for not listening when you shared your excitement. I hope you're happy. You deserve it." I replied, "Sarah, thanks for the apology. I appreciate it. I am happy. I hope you find yours. Brian." Last week, I ran into Linda and Sarah's dad at a city restaurant during a conference. They invited me for coffee. "We owe you an apology," Linda said. "We raised Sarah to care about status, appearances, what others think. When she told us the real story, we were ashamed. She's our daughter, and we love her." Her dad said, "But you made the right call, son. Man to man, business owner to division head, you nailed the professional and personal decision." "Thanks, that means a lot." "She's in therapy now," Linda added, "working on why she couldn't see past her biases, why she wouldn't listen. I'm glad she's getting help." "Are you happy?" she asked. "Very. My job's incredible, the town's great, and Claire, she's wonderful." As I left, her dad shook my hand. "For what it's worth, we'd have been proud to call you son-in-law. Sarah knows she lost a good one." "Thanks, sir." Here's what I learned. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Sarah valued her comfort and image over our partnership. She wouldn't even discuss possibilities because she decided what mattered. The money wasn't the issue. It never was. The issue was she didn't see us as a team. She saw her life, her career, her wants, and I was either a prop or a problem. To anyone in a similar spot, don't sacrifice your future for someone who won't compromise. Don't dim your shine for someone who thinks your dreams are less than their comfort. And please, if your partner gets a big opportunity, at least ask about it before saying no. I'm thriving in my dull small town, leading an amazing team, earning more than I ever imagined, and with someone who'd follow me to the ends of the earth if that's where my dreams took me. Sometimes the best thing someone can do is show you who they are so you can walk away. Thanks for reading Reddit. Peace from Pineville, the boring town that transformed my life.